Good morning, you guys. I am just starting a stretch here, and I was like, why not hop on here and do it with you guys, because we need stretching more often. So let's all take a seat on our mat. Oh, I need this so much. My back keeps getting really, really tight, and I just cannot loosen it. So more stretching on more stretching. So we're gonna work on hips today. Usually the reason my back gets really tight is because my hips are tight. So we're gonna spend about 10 minutes on our hips today. So let's get started. We're gonna go feet flat together, chest is up nice and high. We're gonna pull that chest right down to the floor. I just finished my cardio and my body's all loose, which also really helps your stretching. Make sure when you hop into your stretching, you always do it after your workout, because you want your muscles to be loose, you want them to be warm, they're gonna move a lot better versus if you just sit down and stretch when your muscles are cold, okay? Like, you wanna do it after a workout when your body is nice and stretched. You're gonna get a lot more out of it. Good. As you release, let's try and fall just a little bit closer to the floor. When you're ready, you can just use your hands to kind of slowly walk out, and that's gonna pull you a little bit closer. Again, focus on a stretch. I don't want a crazy pull, I just wanna stretch. This is as far as I'm gonna go, and we're just gonna hold it here for about a minute. We want to get the full release of these muscles today to hopefully loosen it. If you are also struggling with a tight back, then this is definitely gonna help you out. And just breathe. Every breath out, you can try and maybe get a little bit closer to the floor. Good. I'm slowly loosening, so I'm gonna walk a little bit further out with my hands. I love holding stretches for like a minute. A minute a stretch is really, really good, because you can actually get the full release of the muscle, and you will notice like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, you'll be able to get a little bit deeper into it. Let's stay here for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's come on up here. We're gonna take it onto our back. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna go into a figure 4 stretch. So we're gonna go opposite leg is gonna go up and across that knee. You're gonna reach through. You're gonna grab onto the opposite leg. What you can do with this foot here, if you need a bit more, is drive it in. So you kind of flex your foot and you take your heel like you're pushing it into your face. And you'll be able to kind of judge what you need for your stretch here. I am good right here. So same thing, we're gonna hold this for about a minute. When you notice the stretch kind of get a little bit easier, then you can again take that foot and drive it in a little bit further. And just breathe. My hips are definitely tight today. Stretching hips is probably one of my favorite things to do, because you always feel the stretch. Some other stretches, depending on where you're tight, like you don't feel them, but you know you're getting the benefit from it. But like when you stretch hips, you know it's working. Good. Try and make sure your knee is in line with your hips. Depending on how tight you are, you might notice your knee is falling to one side. So try and really make sure it's in line, because you're gonna also notice the stretch a little bit better when you do it that way as well. Let's be here for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're gonna do same thing other side. So opposite leg is gonna go up and over that knee. You're gonna reach through, pull it in. Again, make sure your knee is in line with your hip. This side is tight. This is all I'm doing. Good, just hold it. Beautiful. About 30 more seconds on this side. Just stay with me. Relax into it. Good. Let's hold for our 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Beautiful. You're going to take both legs. You're going to lay them out straight. We're going to bring one knee in. There's a dumbbell here. Pull your knee in nice and tight. We're going to go opposite hand on top. We're going to go into a nice spinal twist here, opening through the hips. And opposite arm is going to go flat and across. If you can bring your knee down to the floor, then definitely get that full twist without losing form. You still want to make sure that you have nice tight form here. For me, this is where I hold. Good, and same thing when you start relaxing into the stretch, you're gonna notice your knee is gonna fall down a little bit closer to the floor, which is great. Beautiful, it's nice and slowly come out of it. We're gonna drop that knee down to the floor. And we're going to do the same thing here on the other side. So drive that knee in, opposite hand on top, and bring it over and across. Opposite arm goes flat. An extra little chest stretch here. Good. That's how high my knee is off the floor. I can usually get it all the way down. That is how tight we are today. So that definitely explains my back tightness a little bit. Definitely can't say I spent as much time as I should have stretching this week. I did stretch, but it was a very rushed stretch. So it shows you right here, you guys need to stretch. Like a minimum of 10 minutes a day after your workout. Minimum. I know it's hard, trust me. I struggle doing 10 minutes of stretching too. Some days it's like a drag. Some days I'll like lay on my mat for 5 minutes before I even get into a stretch. Good, let's hold for about 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, we're gonna come back onto our backs. We're gonna go into a happy baby here. It is a funny one, but it really does work. So you're gonna grab foot, opposite foot, and then I'm just gonna get you to take your feet and you're gonna pull away from each other until you feel that nice open in your hips. If you are doing this in the gym, I'm so sorry, but like honestly, it's really the best stretch. I love this stretch. And then you can kind of roll back and forth, and you're gonna notice also, give yourself a little back massage. My husband always thinks I'm crazy when I'm doing this stretch, but it's like my favorite stretch because it opens up the hips so good. Like, does it not feel amazing on your hips? I know. Good. We're gonna stay here for about 15 more seconds and then I'll take the funny stretch away from you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slowly, we're gonna take it up here. We're gonna flip it over onto our stomachs. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your hands, you're gonna put them right beside your chest, and you're gonna lift up. If going on your hands is too much, you can just be here on your elbows. That's totally okay. Think about pushing your pelvis into the floor. Good. Whew. Just hold, release, try and relax your shoulders. I know we are super tense and we want to have our shoulders up at our ears, but that looks silly. So from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look over our shoulder and back at your foot, and then you're gonna switch to the other side. We're just gonna alternate here. Nice and slow and controlled movements from side to side. Very nice. Good. We're gonna go for about 3 more here. Try and get a little bit deeper into your side twist. Maybe you can twist and look back a little bit further. Let's do 2 more. Good. Last one. Beautiful. We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna finish it off with the child's pose. So knees are gonna go to the outside of your mat. You're gonna walk your hands above your head and you're just gonna sink your forehead down to the floor. And just hold. Try and walk your fingertips as high on your mat as you can. You can kind of wiggle through your hips here to kind of see where you need to sit, where you feel the stretch in your hips. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. If being in your child's pose right now feels amazing, please stay in it a little bit longer. I am going to hit end now, but you definitely keep going. And if you do notice you're tight, go back and do the stretch again. Okay, like it is okay to do a stretch more than once. If it feels like it's actually working, when I hit end, go back and start it again. Bye.